Good afternoon, class. Before we start our discussion, let us have a prayer first. Let's bow our heads and feel the presence of our Lord. Almighty Father in heaven, we thank you, Lord, for this day, for all the blessings that you give to us. We thank you, Lord, that you wake up, Lord, that you wake us up. And we ask, Lord, for your forgiveness, guidance, and protections. We ask this Christ through Christ our Lord. Amen. So, welcome. Welcome to our live discussion. I am your teacher. So, how are you all? Please send a heart reaction in our comment box. Hello, Angelica. Good morning. Good afternoon. Hi, Sir Balito. Good afternoon. Okay, so let's start. So, hi everyone. Welcome to our English class with Teacher Rica. I am Ma'am Josie Rica Ibañez and I will be your teacher for today. So welcome to our live discussion. Hoping that you are all present for today in our YouTube live. And for me to be able to know whether you are all present, please send a waving emoji in our live comment section. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, Angelica. Good afternoon, Valido. Okay, so from now on, our comment section will be our way of interaction. And for me to be able, whether you are still there, listening and watching, you can send your answers and concerns in our comment section. Or just type your answers on our comment section. Send a raise hand emoji if you have some concerns and questions, and then just type your answers for me to be able to read it. Is it clear, class? Please send me a smiling emoji. Are we all in the same page? Okay, so if we are all in the same page, before we start our discussion, let's have our review. So last week, or last discussion, we tackled all about interjections. Can anyone could give me what interjections are? Please input your answers in our comment section. So what are interjections? Can anyone could give me their answers? Okay, so interjections are words. So from Mr. Balido, interjections are words that expresses some kind of feeling or emotion. It can also use as a filler. So thank you so much for your answer, Mr. Balido. How about Miss Angelica and Mr. Bugayong? So as we all know that interjections are used to indicate a strong feeling or emotions, but also interjections can be used to call on attentions, indicate a pause, and there are a lot of usages of interjections. So thank you so much for your response, my dear students. So, before we start our main discussions, let's have our motivation. So, before I introduce our topic, I will be showing let's play a game called Three Picks in One Word. So, I will be showing pictures or three pictures with a jumbled letters. And then you will guess what the word is. Just input your answers on the comment section. First message or first to message will be called and his or her name will be flashed and at the same time his or her answers will be flashed on our screen. Is that clear? Thank you so much for your answers, guys. So I guess let's start. So our first word is, or our three first pictures. So, what do you think is the answer? Send your answers on our comment section or our comment box. Just send your answer, guys. So, very good, Miss Tawanan. Declaration. Our answer is declaration. Thank you so much. Second is, what do you think is the answer in our second situation, our three picks? What do you think is your answer or the answer in our it's? What do you think? It's it's interrogative. Thank you so much. You are right. Very well said. Thank you so much for sending. And our last is, what do you think is that? Like there is a boss. What does his boss do to him? It's commanding. You are right, Miss Angelica. So thank you so much for your cooperation, my dear students. So thank you so much. Okay, so let's start our discussion. So our discussion will be all about the sentence according to use. Do you have any idea about these sentences? Thumbs up if you have, and then thumbs down if you do not have any idea about these sentences. Okay, so before thinking or reminiscing, if you already had discussed these sentences, let us first have our learning objectives. So, our first learning objective is define what sentence is. Then, second, explain the four types of sentence according to use. And number three, align your knowledge and be able to give your own knowledge and examples. So, do you have any idea about our discussion? So I think that you have, but still but still confused about the idea that you have. But still, we're going to clear your knowledge about these sentences. So I assume that many of you may or doesn't have any idea. So without further ado, let's start. So first is we're going to define our sentence. So a sentence is a set of words that contains a subject and a predicate. So subject, the word subject or the subject in a sentence, it is the one that is talking about. In other words, the subject in a sentence, it is or all about the subject, the sentence itself. If it has a subject, then the subject is someone or something that is talking about. While on the other hand, predicate is the description or information or something or anything that is said about the subject. And if we combine these two, a subject and a predicate is called sentence. Just like for example, Mark is listening. So in our examples, Mark is listening, the highlighted and or the bold part and the underlined part, Mark, he is our subject. And the italic part or the italic part of the sentence, it is the predicate of the word or our subject, meaning that if we have a subject, it has a it needs to have a predicate or something or description or information that is all about our subject. And then our second example, I am talking. So in our last example, Angelica is eating and Raymart is sleeping. I want you to input your answers in our comment section. What is our subject and our predicate in our last example? Just input your answer in our comment section. Follow this example. If you can see this indicated formula in our slides, the I equals subject and then I'm listening equals predicate. So let's have Angelica. So Angelica answers, Angelica and Raymark is our subject. Very good, that is right. How about our predicate? Where is our predicate in the given sentence? So our predicate, according to Mark Angelo Balido, is eating and is sleeping are our predicates. And that is right. Very good. Thank you so much for your answer. So now let us now move to our main discussion, which is the four types of sentence according to use. So our first sentence according to use is declarative. So declarative sentences make a statement. They tell us something, they give us information, and they normally end with a full stop or period. So if we say declarative, the sentence is declarative, then it is only declaring or stating something, meaning that it does not interrogate or it does not command, but it declares. And then it just or declarative sentence tell us something or it gives an information about something. And to end the declarative sentence is just we normally end it with a full stop or period. Just like our examples. Example number 1, I want to be a teacher. The sentence is only declaring or stating that the person speaking wants to be a teacher. And then second example is we went to my sister's wedding last month. The person states that they went to her wedding or to her sister's wedding last month. And our last example is I do not like coffee. The person states that he or she doesn't want coffee. So we see that our keyword for declarative sentences are the word states and declares because it only makes a statement. Is that clear? Send a smiling emoji if you understood. Then send a sad emoji if you doesn't understood or if you don't understood. Thank you so much on that, Angelica and Bugayong, and at the same time, Balido. Thank you so much for your answer. So, for me, to know if you really understood what declarative sentence is, it is your turn to create your own sentence, then type it in the comment section, and then I will just read it aloud or flash your answers on our screen. I will give you a minute to do that. Just construct your answers in our comment section. An example of declarative sentence. So, from Angelica, I want to eat apple. Oh, so you want to eat apple. Thank you so much for your answer. Yes, because Angelica is just declaring that he or that she wants to eat an apple. Second is, from Angelo. He contrasts the answer of Miss Angelica because, according to him, or in his example, I don't eat apple. Oh, why? Why you don't eat or doesn't eat apple? Thank you so much for your answers. And lastly, from Mr. Bugayong, I want to fly high. Fly high, butterfly. No, just kidding. Thank you so much for your answers. Well, I guess, as I have noticed that you all listened and understood what declarative sentences are. So, after declarative sentence is we have the interrogative sentence. So, interrogative sentences ask a questions. So, if declarative sentence just command, I just declare something. In interrogative sentence, it asks questions. They ask us about something. That is why at the end of our interrogative sentence is we have what we called question mark because question marks are used for asking questions. If declarative sentences gives us information, interrogative sentences ask us about something or it is asking for an information, just like for our examples. Just like in our examples. Example number 1, who are you? I am asking, who are you? The sentence asks something about you or something, or it asks about your name. And then second is, what are you doing here? Class, what are you doing here? Are you listening or watching? What are you doing here? Why are you here? Do you want something? And because I am asking you, what are you doing here? Meaning is that I am asking for an answer. And our last example is, do you want coffee? If someone will ask me about that question, do you want coffee? I will answer yes right away because I want coffee. Do you want coffee? I guess that everyone, each and every one of us love coffee. So always remember that an interrogative sentence always asks questions and it always ends with a question mark. Okay, so for me to be able to know if you have some questions about interrogative sentence, you can type it in our comment section. Then if none, do you have some questions? Yes or not? Yes or no, rather. Okay, so are you? So from Miss Angelica, she has a question. Are you still single? Oh, yes, I am still single. Okay, so do you have so I think and I assume that you didn't have any questions. So let us move to our next type of sentence according to use. It is our third or second to the last sentence according to use is the imperative sentence. So imperative sentences give a command. So just like our motivation earlier, you all answered the given pictures and the answer in our jumbled letters is commanding because you see the picture that it commands. So this sentence asks us to do something. They tell us to do something. And to end a to end an imperative sentence is we usually end it with a full stop or a period or also an exclamation mark or point. If the command is or it conveys or it contains a strong emotions, then we're going to use an exclamation mark or point. Just like our examples. Do not go outside. So the speaker wants or command that do not go outside um, because sometimes if we doesn't obey this command, there is a possibility that we may get hurt because as of now we all know that it is still in a pandemic. So if our parents tell us that do not go outside, meaning obey them because it is a very strong command because it ends with a or with an exclamation mark. So we need to be careful and we need to obey in every command that our sisters, brothers, our parents, teachers would command us. And our next example is give her coffee, meaning the speaker command someone to give someone a coffee. Okay, so I want all of you to give your answer about our um, next slide. So, who among you know this movie? I guess that it has or it is a movie. Do you know where this picture came from or what or where it came from? What movie? Can you tell me um, the title of this movie? Just input your answer on our comment section. Yes, you are all right. It is from the movie Bird Bag. So, as all we can notice that in the movie Bird Bags, where the mother commanded her siblings or her children to or to not take off their blindfolds because it is very dangerous. Sometimes there are commands that are useful and for our own good, but also there are commands that are bad and not advisable to do it. So let us choose what commands are good to follow or obey. Now, again, it is your turn to create your own sentences about a about an imperative sentence. Just input your answers in our comment section, and then I will just read it. Your answers. Just input your answers. So from Miss Angelica, Abby, stop eating junk food. Oh, it is a very good command because as we all know that junk foods are dangerous in our health, especially we if it is too much. Remember that too much is dangerous. Thank you so much, Miss Angelica. Our next our next sentence is from, well, I guess you. Okay, from Mr. Balido. Go! Oy. It may be a simple sentence, but it conveys a strong emotion, meaning that the sender commanding that you should go. Go! Go, go, go! Yes. Thank you so much, Mr. Valido. And lastly, from Mr. Bugayong, Angela, don't jump in the bed. Oh, Angela, don't jump in the bed. So thank you so much for your cooperation and for your example. So as or it is very evident that you are listening. Okay, so let us now proceed to our last sentence according to use, which is the exclamatory sentence. So an exclamatory sentences express a strong emotion or surprise, an exclamation, and they always end with an exclamation mark or point. So, as we all know that exclamatory sentence conveys a strong or express a strong emotion in interjection, a strong emotion or surprise, just like our interjections. Interjections expresses a strong emotion and and it is quite similar to our exclamatory sentence. Here in exclamatory sentences, it expresses a strong emotion. And at the end of the sentence of an exclamatory, it always ends with an exclamation mark or point. So, just like for examples, you did a really good job. Class, you all did a really good job. Meaning that meaning I am commending or praising you all for being or for doing a really good job. Second example is that, what an exciting movie, meaning that the speaker expressing her emotion about excitement about the movie he or she watched. And then lastly is that, wow, your dress is elegant, meaning that you are amazed on how elegant the dress is. Now, and I want I want all of you to create your own sentences about exclamatory sentence. Just input your answers in our comment section. Okay, so just input your answers. Well, I think it is delayed in my facility, but I guess you all have your sentences. So from Miss Angelica, stop! You are hurting me. Oh, I hope that you are not hurting anymore because you already told him to stop. So second is, ha! I am not your boyfriend. Oh, I like that. Just kidding. And then lastly is that, wow, you look so beautiful in white. Oh, I think it is from a song entitled Beautiful in White. Oh, thank you so much, class, for sending your sentences. And I want to commend all of you that you all really did a great job, and that is why I am so proud of you. I am so proud of you, class, for doing a really good job. So, in our or to end our discussion, is that I want all of you to write your takeaways about our discussion about the four types of sentences according to use. Just type your answers in our comment section and I will give you 2 minutes to do it. Just your takeaways or your learnings about our discussion for today. Okay, I'm so sorry. Am I heard? Okay. Sorry, can you okay. Um what part or where in our discussion will I repeat? Am I not heard I am I am having or I am lag? Am I lag? Can you hear me? Okay, so for your just input your takeaways about our discussion and then I will I will read it aloud. Okay, so from Miss Tangonan, according her takeaway is that we have four types of sentences: declarative, interrogative, command, or I think your answer commanding is imperative, and then exclamatory. Thank you so much for your answer. And that is right. Maybe she is just confused and then mixed the words. Yes. Oh, thank you so much for respond. Thank you so much for your respond, Miss Angelica. Okay. How about the others? What are their takeaways about our discussion for today? Did you learn something? Okay, maybe it is delayed in my facility, but for our generalization and for you to remember, a sentence always contains a subject and a predicate or a verb. And there are four types of sentences according to use. These are the declarative sentence, interrogative sentence, imperative sentence, and lastly, the exclamatory sentence. In declarative sentence, it only commands, it only declare or is stating about something or giving an information. While on interrogative sentence, it always asks a questions. In imperative sentence is that it commands or it tells us to do something. And lastly, in exclamatory is that it conveys or expresses a strong emotion. Okay, then thank you so much for your answer. So from Mr. Balido, maybe it was delayed. I am so sorry. So he learned that things that were used in the word or sentence. You have learned that there are things that we used in the word or in a sentence. Maybe it's just mixed up. Okay, lastly is that I learned that we have four parts of sentence or four types of sentence, and these are the declarative, interrogative, imperative, and an exclamatory. Okay, thank you so much for your answers and for your active participations. Now, do you have any questions? Okay, I guess none. So for your or for me to test whether you all really listened in our discussions, I have 5 questions for our evaluation. So how will you input your answers? So on your facilities, go to our comment section and then just type your answers. But don't send it until I say so. Just like for example, in number 1, the answer is B. Then we'll move on to number 2. The answer is C. You will only put all your answers in our comment section and then you will just send it after answering all the given questions. Is it clear? Did you all get our instructions? Send me a thumbs up if you all get it. Yes. Okay. So it is evident that you all got the our direction in answering or our instruction. Now let us now proceed to our question number 1. Let us start. So our number 1 question is stop it. The underlined sentence is an example of what kind of sentence according to use? A. Declarative sentence. B. Imperative sentence. C. interrogative sentence, or D, exclamatory sentence? Just input all your answers in our comment section. I guess you are all done on answering. Okay, let us now move to our second. There is something I want to tell you. The underlined sentence is an example of what kind of sentence according to use? A. Declarative sentence. B. Imperative sentence. C. Interrogative sentence. Or D. Exclamatory sentence. Well, I guess you are all done answering the second question. Let us now move to our third question. Aha! Gotcha! The underlined sentence is an example of what kind of sentence according to use? A. Declarative sentence. B. Imperative sentence. C. Interrogative sentence. Or D. Exclamatory sentence. Okay, well, I guess you all answered it, or you are finished answering the question number 3. Let us now move to our fourth question. It is a combination of subject and a verb. A. Conjunction. B. Predicate. C. Sentence. Or D. Clause. Just choose what is appropriate on the question. Okay, let us now move to our last question. Bread and cheese is my breakfast. The underlined part is cut off. Well, I think it only it has a problem. Well, the underlined part is the bread and cheese. So what do you think bread and cheese are? A. Subject. B. Predicate. C. Verb. Or D. All of the above. And I am sorry about the problem. I just want to remind that the underlined sentence or the underlined part is the bread and cheese. So what is bread and cheese? Is it a subject, a predicate, a verb, or all of the above? So finalize your answers, guys. And in a count of 3, send your answers. 1, 2, 3. Go, send your answers now. I want all of you to send all your answers, and then we're going to check it right away. Are you all done? Okay, so let us now move, or let's go to the number, or to the question number 1. First is stop it. So the answer in number 1 is you are all correct. It is letter B, an imperative sentence because it commands. So you are all got the correct answer. So second is there is something I want to tell you. Okay, so the answer is declarative sentence. Very good, because it only declares that there is something I want to tell you, or the speaker just want to tell that there is something he or she want to tell. Okay, third. Aha, gotcha. It is an example of an Exclamatory sentence, you are all correct because it expresses strong emotion and it conveys a strong feelings, and it has an exclamation mark. Okay, fourth, it is a combination of subject and the verb. What it is? It's sentence. Yes, you are correct. Letter C, it is a sentence. And lastly, bread and cheese is my breakfast. So the bread and cheese is our subject. So very good, all of you, that you got all the correct answers. So that is, I think, or it is really evident that you all listened in our discussion, and that is all for our discussion and our evaluation. And I will just record um, your scores, and then I will just send it to you. So before we end our live, I want all of you to copy your assignment. So our first assignment is on a one half crosswise, write a five sentences in each sentences according to use. If it is quite confusing on a one half crosswise, just write a five sentences in each sentences according to use. Like for example, in declarative, you only need to write five sentences. In imperative, five sentences, and then in interrogative, five sentences, and in what did you call it? In an exclamatory sentence, five declarative, I five sentence. And then second assignment, please do a research about our next discussion or our next topic about sentence pattern. So if you are all done copying your assignment, please do send a, a smiling emoji. Just send me an or just send a smiling emoji. Okay, I think you are all done. How about the others? Just send a smiling emoji. Well, I guess you are all done copying your um, assignment. That is all for today, class. Thank you so much for your active participation. And then see you on our last discussion. Thank you so much for listening. Again, I am Ma'am Josie Rica, Ibañez, your English teacher. Thank you and God bless. Have a nice day, everyone. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Goodbye, guys.